What's up? What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is Big Brother, season 23, episode 21. So first of all, let me start off by saying I was wrong. I made a mistake, you guys. I misspoke. Claire is not off the block. Big F, Derek F, Lord. Derek F, yeah, Big D. He's off the block. And so that's who Xavier went up against. So it's not two cookout members against each other. My apologies. I misspoke. But just like I said, Anissa is inconsolable and X is trying to reassure her. Like, listen, we got a lot of game to play, okay? We still have the power of veto. We still have, after that, we can campaign or do whatever needs to be done. Like, come on, get your head back in the game and it's going to be what it's going to be. Of course, Claire is like... Ain't nobody trying to be on the block next to X. X, has pretty good alliances with everybody. Not sure where Sarah Beth's head is at. So, Derek X is like, okay, I need to figure out what's going on. Claire actually goes to talk to Sarah Beth. And Sarah Beth sort of tipped her hand without realizing she tipped her hand. Because she was just like, well, I'm really not sure. Because she was like, what do you want to do with this power veto? They're trying to figure out now, what do you want to do with the power veto? And she's like, well, I'm really not sure what I want to do because I'm just not sure yet of who I want to put up as a replacement. And it's like, Xavier is probably a big threat, but you don't want to send Xavier home. We know Derek X is a big threat. Maybe it's him. So she goes to talk to Derek and lets Derek know, listen. And I don't even think she realized as she was talking. But as she was talking, Derek realized, well, wait a minute. If she thinks she wants to use the power veto, who does she want to backdoor? Well, certain people are off the table at this point. She can't put Derek back up. She can't put Alyssa up. So is it me? Is it Hannah? We know at one point in time, she was sort of gunning for Hannah. But... is she still kind of gunning for Hannah? But if she doesn't want, but like, it's so now everybody, of course it's that guessing game. Everybody's trying to figure it out. And so Derek says, well, let me go talk to Sarah Beth and see where her head is at. And she did a good job of not really tipping her hand, He's like, well, what do you want to do with the veto? If I win the veto, what is it that you want to do? And she was like, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't made up my mind. I don't know. So of course that doesn't give him any clues. So they go to pick names for the veto, and the veto is Azza, Derek F, and Alyssa, along with the usual, the people who are playing. Now Alyssa wants to play because, of course, she wants any opportunity to backdoor Derek X because he's the one that backdoored Christian. So she's down for a plan that's going to get rid of him. But the rest of the house, not so much. Tiffany, of course, wants to save Claire and Derek X, honestly, in a perfect world. Hannah, of course, wants to save Derek X. We know that. Alyssa wants to save X, So it's all these moving parts. It's so much strategy. It's so much gameplay. I love it, love it, love it. So we get ready to play the veto. And, of course, the one person that they needed to play was Derek X. And, of course, he can't play, We know that. He didn't get picked to play. So the veto is, they have to knock down the dominoes, and whoever gets to the path the fastest will win the veto. But the catch is that you have to include at least 3 punishments in whatever path you choose. Of course, the easiest path that you choose has the most amount of punishment. Has the worst punishments. The biggest punishment being a third nominee. Then you could pick a path where you could get rewards, which is a bunch of money. Now, Derek F chose the path with all the money. He was like, I'm safe this week. I'm good. Did you not think about your cookout member, though? You didn't think about that, though. Okay. And, of course, his was the longest time because he's slow as fuck anyway. So, of course, you still didn't win it because you had the fastest, you had the slowest time at like 16 minutes. Sarah Beth tried to win. Everybody else tried to win except for Derek F. Ozzy tried to win. She was like, I would love to be able to take X off the block. Of course, Claire tried to win. Of course, Alyssa tried to win to help to help Xavier. And of course, Sarah Beth wanted to be able to keep the veto and have control of the veto. Xavier ends up winning the veto by choosing the fastest path. He came in at like 3 minutes and some change, but he did choose the worst punishments. The punishment being that third nominee. But in a perfect world, he doesn't really need to worry about being a third nominee. The only person that they were worried about being in power this week is Sarah Beth. Sarah Beth can't be HOH next week. He's got how many people left after this week? What, 6, 7, 8? He's 9. Is it still 9 of them left? Damn. Okay. So he's basically got 6 out of the 9 people that would be left, and really 7 if you count Alyssa. 7 out of the 9 people that are left next week that can, well, no, 8, because Sarah Beth can't be HOH. So 8 out of the 9 people, basically everybody except for Claire, because either Derek X or Claire are going home. So 8 out of the 9 people left, even if he goes up as a third nominee, he's not going home next week unless some crazy, ridiculous shit happens. He ain't going home next week. So he can afford to take that risk. He can afford to take that path. So he wins the veto. Sarah Beth actually ended up putting Derek X up, which I just told you guys, as the replacement nominee. And now Derek X is kicking himself in the butt for not playing in the roulette competition and possibly maybe saving him or saving Claire. It is what it is. So at this point, it's really going to come down to who the cookout wants to keep, because the cookout runs the house at this point as far as the alliance, as long as they vote along the alliance lines. Now, Tiffany wants to keep both of them, but you can't, boo. And I'm really just not sure where everybody else stands. I don't want to tell y'all what I've been seeing, I don't want to do no spoilers, but the person that I thought would be safe seems like they're not the one safe. So anyway, we'll see what ends up happening tomorrow night with the live eviction, and we'll see who's the new HOH. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.